Welcome.
Woohoo!
This is Wasting All the Time Level 3, an improv comedy podcast brought to you by us. Who is us? Well, indeed, my name is Dave, and I will be your host for this episode. I'm joined by two of the three normal cohorts, and when I say normal, I of course mean typical. Joining me this evening is John.
Hey, I'm John.
And Cody.
That's me from the internet.
We will each bring a segment to entertain in hopefully. That's the idea. The concept is we each bring a thing and then we go through the thing and then let's get into it. Thanks for joining us. Let's do our first segment, which is the Jonologue.
And now it's time for John to break shit down. Now entering the Jonologue.
So I want to talk a little bit about bubble wrap, and then we can go back to what we were all doing. So bubble wrap is, as you know, that packing material that's got the little plastic bubbles all over it. So it traps in the air, and so it cushions things in a really cool way. But have you ever thought about what a weird shit idea that was? I'm gonna take that candy thing where you have the little drops of sugar thing that hardens on the paper and you bite them off, but I'm gonna make it into a packing material with plastic and air. It's a weird idea when you could just, use styrofoam packing peanuts or, I don't know, bunched up bits of paper. The way it came about was actually through candy manufacture. The original bubble wrap was a confectionery. It was made out of candy floss type of material, a flexible sort of sugary thing. And, when that didn't sell, they decided, what? What if instead of doing something that's great and tastes good, we ruined it and made it out of plastic instead? So we could do boring shit with it.
Mark, we can't ship this. This is ruined. This is so, where even is the candy? Where's the candy part?
It's perfectly fine. Look, okay, so you know how we've been working with infusions lately?
Yeah.
So, so the air inside is infused with sweet thing. Candy.
Pop and sniff.
Yeah. And we got the R&D guys working on pop and lick too. Something with actual flavor. Pop and lick, yeah. So you would pop it and then lick it.
All right, Mark. I appreciate your innovation, your outside the box thinking.
This is why I got that statue on my monitor there.
Yeah, on hindsight, issuing that was a mistake.
Greatest innovator 2003.
It's clearly gone to your head over the past 2 decades, and
well, it does fall off sometimes, and I'm sitting right underneath it.
Yes,
the monitor is not a good place for it.
No, it is not. Especially since your entire workstation hangs over some of the machinery. That statue has bonked you on the head, and it has jammed some machines, costing us quite a bit in production. Much like this little stunt of yours, this pop and sniff. Great idea. Keep it in the R&D. Don't take up production with your experiments, because now we're behind. We have obligations. We have shipments. We have committed to selling so many pallets of candy.
Right. Yeah. And so now that the buyer can see the scratch and smell or pop and smell, Pop and Sniff, we're working on names.
I'm going to let you finish.
Mm-hmm. You know, they're going to see that. And they're going to say, oh, never mind the chocolate bars. We want more of this.
Okay, Mark. So in your vision, you imagine that these bulk customers who have placed orders and reliably gotten the product they asked for are going to be so overwhelmed and amazed by your replacement that they're going to be fine with it. That's your interpretation of how things are going to go.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
I mean, it worked with the marshmallow fingers.
That was a long time ago. And that was a mom and pop buyer.
Okay.
Everything's corporate now. You know that.
Right.
All right. I'm going to let you do this, but I'm going to let you do this, Mark. I'm going to go ahead and call Larry over here. Larry is from legal. He will be going with you to reveal this change in product to the buyers. Okay? Larry?
Okay. Hey, Larry. How's it going?
Mark.
Hey. Oh, yeah. It's a Mark day.
It's a Mark day all day.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Larry. Have you tried this
Good
out?
to see you, Mark. Which one is this?
This is the Pop and Sniff.
It's not going to be like the last one, right? With the...
No, nothing. No liquid comes out of this one.
Okay. Is that cardamom? No. Leather?
Close.
Oh my God. It doesn't even smell like candy.
Boot black.
You're so warm.
It doesn't even smell like candy, Mark.
It smells like stuff that's better than candy.
According to whom?
According to, I don't know, everyone that matters.
Oh my God. Larry, help.
The internet says this is one of the most sought after smells in the world.
Mark, the internet is insane. The internet is where people buy water from a gamer girl's bathtub. The internet is where QAnon gets off. The internet is nuts, dude. You can't go by what the internet thinks.
I got it. It's cocaine.
See,
Really?
I knew the lawyer would get it.
Give me a sniff. Well, there you have it.
Uh-huh.
It's a Mark day.
That was the Jonologue. Thank you so much for that, for John.
Awesome.
Okay, well, with that done, it's nothing for me to do but hand it over to my other colleague, Cody. Take it away.
So good. It's so good. Yeah, it is my segment. I have chosen a game. I think I have chosen a game today that we haven't played yet.
Oh.
Or I don't remember us playing it, which is far more likely given the way my brain doesn't work.
I get it.
This game is called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly Advice.
Ah.
It's a little akin to the one-upmanship game, except we're going to be one down person shipping people. I don't fucking know. Get a question or some kind of situation needing advice from our listening audience, the most attractive people on the entire planet right now. And we're going to do some good or kind of average advice. We're going to do some bad advice and some ugly advice. And they have to be, it has to be worse. That's the bit. That's the point. It's like one-upmanship. So listening audience, if you have something, could be anything. Could be advice for rehoming a cat. Advice for rehoming a cat. Does either of you particularly want to do any form of this advice? Is anyone really hankering for ugly?
I would prefer not to do good advice because I don't know any for this.
Okay.
Like, nothing.
All right. Then we will go, I'll do good. John, you can do bad. And Dave, you can do ugly.
Okay. Ugly
Well,
meaning bad, right?
Yeah, worse than John's.
Yeah.
Rehoming a cat is really important. Cats are finicky, as I'm sure no one knows, especially not the internet. Very territorial, very uppity, and they like to pee on things. So when you're rehoming a cat, it's very important you expose them to the scent of the new house first. If you can do that, like take some clothing that you don't want, like put it in their carrier, or keep them in a carrier when they're in the new place for a little bit to get them kind of acclimated so they know where to pee on things. Fresh litter, fresh food. You just kind of make it like a little cat hotel. Give them their own space where they can be separate from other pets at first. Also very important, especially if you have other cats that you're rehoming the cats from. Gotta let them get acclimated. Slow process, step by step. It's going to take a while. Lots of treats, lots of attention, and I'm sure you'll be fine. Good way, John.
Yeah, so rehoming a cat, the most important thing is going to be, finding the person who's willing to pay the most for the cat. So, once you figure that out, you're basically golden. So once someone has offered you the largest amount of cash out of all the people, don't do the financing thing. That's a scam. You go ahead and you give them the cat. Depending on what their motives seem to be, maybe throw in a little hot sauce with it. No judgment. You needed to get rid of the cat, so get rid of the cat. Doesn't matter what happens to it, really. Make that money. Don't look back.
Horrifying. Thank you, Senor Peterson.
Yeah, no, I mean, people overthink it. We're trying to get a cat from place A to place B, where place B is going to be their new home. I mean, and now, trust me, this sounds a little cruel at first, but I think what we really need to go for is what's effective, and safe for you. So there are a couple different things you can do. I would recommend designating one room in the new home to be their place to get used to things, the new regime, as it were. Should it be? Unroll a bunch of fly paper all over the floor. Make sure you tack it down. Okay, tack it down on both ends. And you bring the cat in a bag. You throw the bag in, shut the door, and don't come back for a week. By that time, the cat will be so happy to see you. It's, you can come in and be the white knight, save the cat. It'll love you forever. It'll play fetch. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Oh my God.
Oh,
terrifying. But that was ugly advice.
Bad advice.
Yeah.
Don't do that, but incidentally.
Oh my God, yeah. Do we need a disclaimer?
It's the internet. You never know.
The joke is that John and Dave were giving bad suggestions that you should not do. That was
well
the
said.
joke.
Well said.
The joke is that you should not do those things. From thence was humor derived.
So saith the John.
Now who's the lawyer?
Yeah.
Oh, minister? I don't know.
Just got to end each sentence with "I am the John." How about keeping kids off your lawn?
Okay. All right. Now, if you have kids on your lawn that you're trying to keep off, there's a lot of sort of built-in tension to this scenario because kids, for the most part, they're just trying to have fun. They're not necessarily trying to be malicious. So if you cut them at them too hard at first, it really makes you into the grumpy old man that is known for asking such things. So first thing you might do is just try to be a part of the community, get to know the families of these kids, spend time with them, ask them politely not to get all over your lawn, maybe tell them why it's so important to you, and start there. Building community is one of the best ways to get cooperation from your neighbors.
I'm brought to mind of the Empire and how they kept the rebels off their lawn. Fear. Use fear to keep kids off your lawn. You don't want to actually hurt anything. You don't want to cause it, but they have to have that adrenaline spike of, will I make it home today, every time they see your house. And so it's like, zombies, great. T-Rexes, great. Mummies, touch and go. Your miles may vary. Things that kids are irrationally afraid of, just stick them all over your lawn. Turn your lawn into a horror zone for ages 10 and under. And speakers, fog machines, watch out for asthma, and sound effects, all kinds of things to just create horror in children, I think, is really the lesson here. And they'll stay off your lawn. And probably away from your house too. It'll be fantastic. Yeah.
The Halloween approach.
24/7 Halloween, baby.
Yeah, so lots of good ideas from Cody there. Except for the part about not wanting to actually hurt the kids.
No.
You need to get into some operant conditioning here. So, what I'm going to suggest is you want to have some real, like, corporal reasons for them to not go on your lawn. I'm talking, nothing that's going to mess up the aesthetic. So some concealed, electrified, floor plates, just amongst the blades of grass. Every once in a while, they're going to trip on a little electrified cord, and a couple volts more than is safe is going to go through their little bodies, and they'll learn a lesson, or they won't be around to be on your lawn anymore. So win-win there. Also fun if your house has some kind of a front porch or front balcony. Get yourself a BB gun. Just take some shots. It's good for your hand-eye coordination. It's very important as you get older to look after that. Keeps the mind sharp, keeps you dexterous. You're killing two birds with one stone there. Birds here being a metaphor for small children.
Yeah. Remind me not to ask John for fun party activities.
The build up to John saying, like, BB gun, yeah, let's take some shots. Whatever, fuck it. Like, just pop off a few rounds. Who gives a shit? Like, it was,
maybe switch out the BBs for some small ball bearings, Just
I'm confused.
improvise.
Isn't a BB a small ball bearing?
Probably.
Ball bearings.
I don't know.
a ball bearing. Oh, I thought ball bearing would be denser.
That's
Like,
kind of
oh,
what I
would
was
it?
thinking.
Yeah,
But
that's my.
I don't
feeling.
actually know.
Yep.
So
Let's move it right along.
Yes, I will wrap things up with a segment that I have brought.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yes, I definitely remembered before a couple minutes ago that I needed to bring a game today. I'm bringing back the classics. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do a little Fruitwards.
Holy shit.
This is a game where we take a random adjective, a random noun, we put them together and let that be inspiration for a fun improv scene.
Excellent.
This definitely fully functioning website was developed by one of our patrons, fruitwards.com. Salt, thank you so much. So let's find out what our words are.
Oh yeah.
Aerial Terret. Ariel, consisting of air, resembling or partaking of the nature of air, hence unsubstantial, unreal.
Whoa.
And Terret,
It's an engine.
one of the rings on the top of the saddle of a harness, through which the reins pass.
Huh.
Okay, so equestrian hardware.
Of course, those have a name. Like, I don't.
Yeah. Horse people aren't always going to be like, hey, the loop thingy.
Yeah.
So Ariel,
There's just always some like weird shit, Middle Earthy name when you're dealing with horse shit. Like Terret. What's a fucking Terret? Oh my god.
The author researched for 16 weeks to find out every single fucking part of a saddle for you to go, I don't know what the fuck a Terret is anyway.
Yeah.
Santa, we got problems this year. A lot of the the old hardware, your sleigh is thousands of years old, and it's all kind of starting to fall apart. It lasted a good while, but I don't know if we're going to be able to make the rounds this year without coming up with some alternatives.
Did you put the grease on it like I asked?
Yeah, Santa, we put on the grease.
And?
Well, first we had to reconstitute it because it had frozen solid. But once we got that warmed up and slicked on there, it froze again. It's not keeping its consistency.
Probably should have considered that. Yes. I guess we can add more lard to keep it fluid.
Yeah, Santa. No, I went to the kitchen and I got our reserve tub of lard, and we did try that out. At some protestation from the cooking team, but two bits of bad news, Santa. It didn't work, and we're not going to be getting any of the refried beans that you really like for a while.
Ah, it really jingles my bells.
I hate to hear you say that, Santa.
So
Look,
you have a solution then. This is obviously kind of important that we get the sleigh running and flying in the air with magic.
Yes, Santa. I definitely didn't lead with the good news because we have some.
Good. Go ahead. Just spit it right out. I am ready to hear it. I am certainly befouled my mood given the lack of beans and also the food fight debacle from a couple weeks ago. Things are still a little hairy around here, so some good news is just the present to unwrap.
Yeah, well, Twinkle Nugget. Twinkle Nugget, you've prepared him.
Yeah, I set the scene.
This bad news. You have given the bad news to the Klaus, Santa.
Yeah. No, thank you for showing up. I was starting to worry that you were gonna leave me hanging here.
Anyway, I would never leave you hanging. No, not like the last time on the Christmas tree, the big Christmas tree when we were all made into ornaments that one time. That was a fun party and a bad hangover.
Emphasis on hang. But anyway, Santa, the good doctor here, he's bringing the good news, the solution.
Excellent. I'm very excited.
Yeah, so what we figured out is that if we're gonna grease up the sleigh, we're gonna have to use something other than these solidifying animal fats you're so fond of, and use something hydrogenated, like a nice vegetable oil, or God forbid, some just mineral oil like you're supposed to use on machinery. So if you're gonna go ahead and do that, and so then we're gonna have a greasy sleigh that's still broken, but at least it's greasy like you want it to be. So that's the good news. We got a greasy sleigh. Yay! Hurrah!
Yeah. Okay,
Hurrah for
Santa.
the greasy sleigh.
Yeah. Oh, and also the mechanics did tell me that once we are able to get replacement parts, if we continue using these other products that, aren't as good, I'm with you on
Vegetables.
that. Yeah, no, typical machinery stuff. No good. Where's the Christmas magic in that? But they said if we did continue to use that, then actually the parts would last longer. They did say.
I don't understand why it's not magical enough using mineral oil, because it's like you take a rock and you get oil out of it. That's not fucking magic about that, huh, Santa? Is that not magic enough? It's oil from a rock. It's like the blood from the stone, but like instead of it being a thing that's not possible because rocks don't have blood, it's a thing that is possible, and it's a magic thing because we're taking a liquid out of a rock. Okay, it's mineral oil, and we use it to grease up the sleigh, and the sleigh does not die. Like the sleigh is dead.
Okay.
That sounds like homework.
So also really, really good news. The best news is that your friend here, Hans, has figured this out before they got around to slaughtering Rudolph to get the reindeer fat.
Yeah. He figured it out before they did that.
That's excellent news. I guess we'll have to slaughter his replacement instead.
The doctor's? Or Rudolph's?
Whichever doesn't work as well, I suppose.
That is the law of the North Pole.
Ding.
It was so solemn. That is the law of the...
Oh, God.
Goodness.
Oh, yes. Nothing like a Christmas scene in May.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for listening. If there was anything that you did enjoy in particular, go to wastingallthetime.com/vote to let us know about it. We will review those at the end of the year and come up with our top 10 list. It's a lot of fun, but it only works with your participation. So please, wastingallthetime.com/vote. If there's anything else you'd like to tell us about, you can contact us at wastingallthetime.com/contact or timewastepod@gmail.com. But until next time, I have been your host, Dave.
I was John.
And I was Cody.
And we wasted all the time. Bon voyage.
But...
Good night, folks.
Congratulations, you've made it to the end of another episode of Wasting All the Time, a podcast. If you enjoyed this show, then please consider subscribing on Apple Podcasts or Stitcher, or follow us on Spotify. If you really enjoyed the show, then head on over to patreon.com/timewastepod and become a supporter of our time-wasting efforts. Now, that was a lot of things I just threw at you, so if you forget all that, just head on over to wastingallthetime.com, and there we have all the answers.
I mean, Salt knows us.
Oh!
That really sounded painful.
Mm-hmm.
Some shit connected that just then.
Good. Fine. It's my medial epicondyle on the steel crossbar of my desk.
Ah! I know what one of those things is.
Yeah, this part. The ankle bone.
Ooh, the pointy bit.
Mm.
Wait, is yours pointy? Mine's rounded.
I mean, compared to a flat surface.
Compared to a cosmic scale, it doesn't exist.
I'm an anatomical relativist.
You fucking nerd.